There's a lot going on in this industry, and you are but one element of it. Not everyone's successful, but you have to follow the process. You have broadcasters, you have producers, and then you have the agents. And there's the actor walking into the industry, confused by it all. You don't realize that there is a contract, there is an agreement. These contracts are the framework of the entire industry. And at the highest level of our industry, professional actors today do not understand that process. Actors need to understand their rights. If you do not understand your rights, you do not know what to claim for. You do not know how to argue with the producer. You do not know how to take your case to the broadcaster. This is what the founding members of SAGA decided could not continue. How does it work? The work that you do lives beyond you. When you perform on TV and that show is repeated, you are paid repeat broadcast fees. When you shoot a movie and there are hundreds of thousands of copies of that movie out in the world, you have to be paid. Up until fairly recently, before the inception of SAGA, producers and broadcasters wanted to know nothing about the contract. This is the reason we are the South African Guild of Actors. Because the founding members went to the Department of Labor and said, we need to represent the interests of actors. We need to protect their rights and prevent the exploitation of their rights. The Department of Labor said very simply, I'm afraid you can't. You are independent contractors. You are freelancers. In the work that you do, you are required to pay tax. One of the biggest benefits of being an independent contractor means that you can make a list of all those expenses you incurred in pursuit of your income and claim it back from the taxman. If the broadcaster takes the show and takes it to Brazil and they say, hey, Brazil people, you will love the show. So they buy the show. That is called commercial exploitation. And that is the right of the broadcaster. You, as the actor, have a right, and it's contained in your contract as a principal cast member to say, well, now that you're exploiting the commercial value of this, I have a right to claim a certain percentage of that sale. And SAGA is there reminding actors that you have the right to do that. The standard SABC contract that governs the relationship between SABC, producer and actor. It's called the Standard Freelance Artist Agreement. It's been the same since 1997. It hasn't changed. SAGA is sitting at that bargaining table, changing the contract that hasn't changed since its inception in 1997. We are saying new media has got to feature in this contract. The South African Guild of Actors is run in terms of its constitution. We are a non-profit organization and we are a non-profit company. We are affiliated to the International Federation of Actors. From my side, thank you. I hand over to founder member of the South African Guild of Actors, Colin de Waal-Smit.
One of the roles I do play is as an agent, being at the coalface of every single day, looking at contracts, seeing what the deals are that actors do, was part of the motivation that I felt we needed to start SAGA. So SAGA specifically has taken a stance that says, can we talk around a boardroom table where the actual decisions are made? I want to encourage every actor, as much as, like Jack has said, you need to know your rights, you need to know what's going on in this country. The problem also is that people within the industry also don't understand it. So you need to know how the business works. You are a business. This is your business. What you look like can get you a role. What must a headshot look like? What must a CV look like? One page, skill-based. Even if you haven't necessarily done professional work, you have in-training experience while you were studying. What are the productions you did? What are the roles you played? What accents can you do? Do you sing? Do you dance? Do you act? Do you rollerblade, skydive, bungee jump? What do you do? How do you get an agent? Who are the agents? Who are the sharks who are charging you money to get on their books? Your agent is the most important thing you have as a business partner. They should know what the standard rates are. So SAGA and the PMA have put out suggested minimum rate guidelines in everything: TV, film, theatre, voice, corporates, and commercials. You need to know which contracts are which. SAGA has specifically brought in a lot of terms that are used internationally for the film contract so that we can try and get an equitable working environment on international and local film. Because contracts are so vital, that's where SAGA is putting their energy. That's when change can happen. You cannot be bullied, people. There have been a number of legal issues that have come through in the last 5 years, and we have had really amazing victories. SAGA goes up to constitutional court level. We can make a difference to actors in our industry to be fabulous.
If there are institutions out there that can benefit from this, where actors can benefit, we want to be there. We want workshops to happen. We want people to know about SAGA. And as I sign off this afternoon, I just want to remind you, every board member on SAGA is a volunteer.
Just because they're talking to you and you're on a telenovela and you're on set every day doesn't mean that the business has to deal with you every day. If it has something to do with the scene and the creativity of what we're shooting, fantastic. For the rest, don't talk to me. You have to talk to my agent. Just make sure that whichever documents you are using are the latest current ones. Absolutely, it's in the public domain. Every single artist should know what is contained in it. People come to me and they go, ooh, but I don't know. And I go, okay, clause 3.1.3 on the addendum B of the MNET contract needs to read as X. Then you know you have the correct one. A lot of agents in Joburg take no more than 13% across the board. Some, for example, take 15% on commercials, 10% on other stuff. Just figure it out. More than 20% for performance agents I'm talking about. I'm not talking about modeling agents. Modeling agents take 20% commission, 20% booking fee, and then 25% tax. I think you need to use your discretion. If they're saying it's for headshots, for example, we don't charge anybody to join us, but I do insist that you have professional headshots. But I don't see why they have to limit you in having to go to that specific person. We contact the universities in both Joburg and Cape Town, what we've done up until now. So we go and speak at Tikkies, we go and speak at TUT. We've been encouraging the institutions more and more to invite us to become part of your curriculum. They are available on the SAGA website, and the PMA website. So otherwise what you can do is you can email admin@saguildofactors.co.za and we will give you the information. We can email it through to you, no problem. It first comes into the SAGA board and we go, okay, this is the issue. Do we take it further? Sometimes all it needs is a letter from the legal chair to that person and go, please pay up, and they go, oh, terribly sorry, thank you very much, and we get it sorted without having to go to the big guns. The big guns are there. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Your 130 Rand a month covers that support. Now we have an official SAGA page because the normal Facebook page just gets a little bit much. But social media and through admin@saguildofactors.co.za, you have access to us at any given stage. And there's no question that's a stupid one. Just ask us and we will respond. You're not going to get an extra fee because you have 1 million Twitter followers. What you are going to do is, when you negotiate your fee, you're going to go, I bring 1 million Twitter followers. Therefore, I will not accept the minimum guideline. I will negotiate A, B, C, X, Y, Z. That's where you have the power.
I've done 8 movies. I've done one international film called Florida Road, and I've done lots of local movies. I've done lots of theatre productions. My last one was the Rani Governor play. We're now so informed about everything that's going on. There was a million things that were said to us that we were unsure about, contracts and our rights and everything that we need to know.
I've done a few full feature films in South Africa. What was quite inspiring about this entire session with SAGA was that we understood there are so many rights available to actors. We understand the paradigms in between. Yes, it's knowledge, but here you can see that there's an organization who's taken the time and effort, their own time to actually support people who are venturing into this sort of freelance job.
I'm an actor, a writer, a director and a producer here in Durban. I've been working in the industry in Durban professionally for 11 years now. I feel it's very exciting that SAGA is making a move into Durban, making a big push into KZN, because I do feel that we can really benefit, particularly in the theatrical trade, which is where my focus is, from having their expertise on hand, having their legal clout.
I have done television. I've done Isidingo, Seven Alan, Generations, The Wild, Muvango. Films, I've done quite a bit of local films, international stuff. The biggest concern as well for me has been information. Actors are not informed. Actors are not informed about the business side of things. Actors are not informed about the finances side of things. And when people like SAGA come together and say, we are going to come and meet with young actors or aspiring actors and give them information, it's the best thing that can ever happen.